Hi again, this is me, Tracy, with Traces of Inspiration. Um, this morning, I was talking to one of my cousins, and we were just talking about grieving and how to overcome or how to get through. And I was expressing to her that I really don't have the answers right now, but I'm in a point right now of my life where I decided to just pause, like put everything on pause and get that healing that I need spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Um, I've dealt with a lot of things, like a lot of trauma in my past, in my childhood, and even in my adult life. And how I initially dealt with these things were just getting up, dusting off, and moving forward. I would just invest myself, like, in work, in school, and whatever it was. But that was a mere distraction. But I felt like I never really dealt with my issues. And now, being now, the death of my mom really took its toll on me. I mean, I felt like my life was like snatched from me personally. Um, and I promised myself that I wouldn't just say I'm okay because I'm not okay. I also promised myself that I would not cling on to, you know, those who are around me, telling me to be strong. Because no, I no longer need to be strong. Um, for the longest, strength to me was not showing weakness, showing that I have it all together, um, just pushing through things and just keep like consistently moving without pausing. And I just felt like I constantly worked towards the future, work towards the future, work towards the future, but I never paused to be in the here and now and to embrace the moment of being present, you know? Um, so I'm just on this journey of self care, learning how to properly deal with my emotions. Um, because the funny thing is, I'm a counselor and a therapist. So I've had several people who I've counseled or, given therapy to. And when we don't pause and realize that the same advice that we're giving to others, the same interventions or techniques that we're trying to convince others to utilize because we have the faith that it really works, um, I feel like I would be such a hypocrite if I don't pause and allow it to work on me, you know? So I decided to just be honest and say, no, I'm not okay. And accept that it's okay to not be okay and to take whatever steps are necessary to be okay. Because I'm a firm believer when we don't deal with things, we have to revisit it, and revisit it until we've mastered it or until we've learned what we needed to learn from that situation or that experience. And I honestly don't want to keep going through this. I've gone through it so many times and I'm just so ready to pause, stop, and learn what it is I need to learn. Um, and just be counseled to and put into use the same interventions and the techniques that I tell others, like put it to use in my own life. Because there is greatness inside of me, I believe that. And I don't want to miss out on that greatness because I didn't put in the work, um, physically, emotionally, and mentally to have that character to maintain that purpose. So my thing is just be honest. You don't always have to be strong. And sometimes strength comes when, like, the word tells us that in our weakness is when the Lord is made strong in us. So it's there's strength in being weak, because that's where our Father, that's where the Holy Spirit could step in, that's where Jesus could step in to give us that necessary strength. We don't always have to put on this hard persona like we got it all together. Like, no, there's a world out here who we're going through some things. We're we need to take the time out and face it head on and stop just trying to like avoid it, because it's going to keep knocking at our door until we deal with it. So I just decided to be me, to be raw, to be truthful. um, I don't have it all together right now. I lost my mom, and a lot of things happened with that, and I'm just trying to figure out who I am, what my purpose is, what's my next step, and just how to properly cope. um, some days I'm happy, some days I'm down. I'm just emotionally, I'm kind of all over the place now, but I've learned to just embrace where I'm at and be honest. Honesty goes a long way. So hopefully this has inspired someone out there. um, that's my goal, is to inspire, to be honest, to be vulnerable, and just to have a platform where I feel like safe to share things with people, like a safe space, and that hopefully others will feel safe to share things with me too. Have a wonderful day.